AWPs coming in, hopefully, to do the damage for these two respective sides. Rebirth and Imperium taking each other on in the best of three. Mirage is coming up to be that first map up. Rebirth have the major advantage coming in with their utility off over on the T sideline. A lot of P250s coming out. One raid boss, one player with utility, and smokes coming out immediately to get things started. The odds do favor the Rebirth side from our partners at GG Bet. They're going to try and make good on those numbers. Quickly into the site, quickly for the bomb plant, no resistance from Imperium.
Rebirth trying to take a bit of CT control. You can see a couple of players trying to go down. J is going to try and make his way out through jungle, but 5-on-5 bomb plant coming through. Finally, the Stickies are going to be able to find a bit of a response, but there's still more players trying to fight out towards CT, and it's the T side that are doing all the damage. Heretic's the last one left, and the run boost in the end is not even necessary because they find all the kills. Rebirth, it came down to Phantom and Exotic. They were killing everyone.
Pistol going their way effectively. I mean, Imperium backed up super passive to start things off, so getting that together is going to be is obviously going to be a big sort of victory for the Rebirth side. Obviously expecting that to go well for the T side line. So early start, of course, for them. Imperium going a bit too scared to kick things off in our map up. Out with the Deagle, the Scout in, the utility play with the smokes, flashes, etc. Definitely a better buy for the Rebirth camp. 2 AKs coming in, sparing no expense.
Big HE to start off out towards the ladder room. Another one's going to follow, and it's going to be able to connect to find the opening kill. And for Rebirth, there is actually a way into window. That's a miss smoke. Unfortunately there for Rebirth, but an opportunity to maybe try and split up through connector. Look how aggressive Imperium are at this A-bomb site, though.
Yeah, a complete contrast to their A-side defense from the pistol round. I mean, so far forward, and then pressing inward even further. Heretic will get dealt with by 4-pack, though. Simple frag to a 5-on-3 situation. Deagle set back here towards Ramp. Ellison will take some damage. The bomb plant over on the A site should be secured at this stage. Carson is just backing up his teammate to ensure that Zotta can go for a simple plant back behind the triple stack. Retchi with that kill on Burt now. Two standing from very opposite ends of the map here. I mean, their best bet is to save the Kevlar, the helmet in the case of Wilkie, and he's facing to do some damage with this Deagle. Takes one, tags up a second. Just about tags 4-pack even further, but can't quite get the frag. Now he will fall back and just concede this round back to Rebirth.
More damage coming out. Seems like just peeking into the Deagle. For Rebirth's sake, they don't really need to go hunting onto the Imperium side. They know with the Force Buy coming into round 2 that there's not going to be any follow-up investment. But they want to fight anyway. Take the Deagle out of the hands for Wilkie if possible. And 4 players come down, meaning that Ellison's the last one left. Something to bring forward into the following round. But for Rebirth, found mid control pretty easily, Jay, there. They smoked off window. They had a couple of great nades out to that short position. They tried to get a couple of players into window, but it was the split up through connector that found most of the damage.
Straight into the A-site control and the 2-0. We're going to go to a 3-0 at this stage. Again, the only thing being saved in is Ellison's, Deagle, and Kevlar. Still going to buy a Zeus, a bit of utility, and even a P250 for Carter, so... And Imperium set and ready here with the city control over towards a B stack at this moment. I mean, a stack does make a lot of sense. Smoke out. Common positions, passive defaults from both sides here.
Really slowing it down for Rebirth rather than having something a little bit aggressive against the pistols. Gamble stack out to this B bomb side, just hoping that Rebirth are going to make their way in through short or through the apartments. 4-packs pushed very aggressively up through connector. Now for Rebirth, all it's really going to take is one player to start making a bit of movement at A when they're going to realize the site's completely open.
Molotov down. Heretic has the Zeus in play, ready to receive Carson. If they can get that one frag, that would of course be a rifle recovered. Instead it's Wilkie with that Deagle shotting down the first player, but as they realize that there's nothing else at the apartments, the Molotovs and such coming in towards the dark areas, will be left to Carter J as the CT defender from CT Spawn, but will not be able to do much from here. The plant can be secured via 5v4, and at this point it's probably best for Ellison to hold on to that AK. Wilkie actually gets a secondary kill with that Deagle left. He's got the AK picked up and everything. 4 versus 3. This could still be doable here for the CT side.
It really can do. The thing is, though, they need to make sure that they're getting these kills in pretty quickly because they don't have a kit, so they can't really waste their time in at least getting into the site. But again, aggressive CT control coming out from the team side, cutting off the rotations, leaving it all down to Burt and Heretic. Nice tap there coming out from Exotic. Heretic does have a Zeus and does have a Deagle, a Smoke too, but it doesn't look like this round is going to be possible. They get away with a couple of kills. They do find some damage, Jay.
Nice third to the T side. Heretic not looking for that AK, unfortunately, which would have been nice, but again, I feel like they've probably got a bit too aggressive over on that short control. For Ellison to save the Kevlar and the AK, probably could have bought them a few more options. You're already going to see Heretic buying into the AWP, though, so they have got a buyback coming through. But extra firepower could have been nice for the CT side. And I think they realized that as well. Tactical pause coming in very early into the game, trying to figure out a response to Rebirth's 3-0.
A little bit interesting that Rechi's gone with the AWP. I suppose because he's got a better spawn from mid 4-pack. We'll have to wait and see if that gets chucked over a little bit later into the round. Imperium, though. And taking an early tactical pause. This is something we saw from them yesterday, Jay.
Yeah, I like it. You know, a lot of teams, especially in the lower divisions of Counter-Strike, they tend to they tend to not remember that they. I don't know if "remember" is the right word, but they just tend not to acknowledge the fact that they've got tactical pauses. So we see a lot of matches where like tier 2 teams, tier 3 teams, they don't really, they don't use them at all. And you know, for Imperium to see the early pauses coming out means that they know that they've got 30 rounds or so ahead of them. They've got the 4 pauses they can take, so they'll take that first one early on, try and get themselves set up with the first round, and then work from there. With the rifles out, it's the right time to do so. 2 kits in on Burt and Wilkie. Burt is getting aggressive, though, so would be wary of him going down. They might lose that all-important kit. And now the execution comes in. Step piece into the A site. Wilkie gets that frag. Burt going to get traded alongside Ellison as well to a 2-for-2 all in all. 3v3 as the bombs his way up. The third player wrapping back around from the T-spawn. They know that Wilkie is in that position. Plant down, open for Sandwich, and Carter gets Phantom. He does not get Carson. 16 HP, he'll barely stay alive, but Rechi's got to do a lot of the frag potential here.
Oh, that's a big kill onto Wilkie. The damage done too to Carter J, down to just 15 points of health. And you know what? That bomb's not planted for Palace at all, and that's going to mean the wide swing has to come out from Rechi, and Heretic is just holding down the angle. A fantastic round coming out from Imperium, and it just came off the basis of that start, Jay. We saw some really great trades from the CT side. We saw even an aggressive player of Wilkie trying to push forward into Palace. And just getting on top of CT and obviously not being able to deny that bomb from going down, but finding that player and finding the man advantage made that retake just so much easier.
It's a well played there from the Imperium side, you know, to push forward and try and counteract that that execution with just the simple frags and getting the man advantage. That worked wonderfully for them. When they lined up over towards that open sandwich plant, it definitely could have been placed a bit better there when it came to Rebirth's plant positions. Led to the retake again, the hold of the angle on that Palace position. NWP couldn't do much, so Rebirth back to their own bolt force back. Galil's in for 2 individuals, and already damage done to the AKs that snuck their way downstairs through underparts. Phantom will be first casualty, so we've got to be careful about this. Wilkie beats up, he gets himself 2 frags. Notic will trade it back though, so 3-on-2 scenario, and now making it 1 as Heretic drops Carson.
They shut it down out from mid. What a beautiful round from Imperium. We've seen Rebirth take mid control pretty easily for the majority of this half. This time around, though, that does not happen at all. They've got no money to reinvest too, so really we just should see a pretty light eco. Shouldn't be too many investments at all. P250s at most. Imperium are looking like they're trying to build up their own economy basis, put up a bit of a comeback to maybe tie up the scoreline at 3-3. Rebirth, though, maybe need to focus in a little bit more on how they want to run their mid defaults if they want to establish a bit of early control. How do they even get a bomb plant? Maybe just a waterfall out from Palace.
Probably their best bet considering the eco. Rechi's got the bomb up there as well. 2 players to draw their attention in the AWP. Are we watching for contact? Smokes down, comes through, can't see anything. Does see that first player popping out, but Rechi makes his way up. Wilkie turns on that spray, gets himself 3 kills. And now 4-pack left alone. 1 versus 5. Drives it up as Wilkie gets his quadra, and Imperium clean that up pretty effectively. Rebirth with no bomb plant, unfortunately. But again, it was an eco. Should expect them to get cleaned up pretty effectively, and now the rifles come in very quickly instead of the Ts.
Nice and easy coming out from the Imperium camp. And for Rebirth, we're sort of yet to see too much over towards that B bomb site. It's been a lot through mid, a lot of executions to that A bomb site. Seems like B's been left alone for the majority of the T side rounds so far. A couple of early smokes out towards mid of a window and top mid. Heretic trying to go very aggressive. Doesn't quite hit the jump. He now needs to escape out from connector.
Gets out of there in time. Heretic with that opening kill, but Carson trades back Ellison over on the apartments play. That mid control is just there for the split. The bomb's making its way through Abs, and Carter's got other plans. 2 kills on Carson and Phantom. Exotic drops him back to a 3-on-2. Burt is still on site. He needs some support in some fashion, or at least needs to hold off against his bomb planter. Got 4-pack taking challenges over on the A site. The spray is awkward, but he gets that connection together, and now Zotic is left alone. Bomb on his back, 1-on-2. Can isolate these 1v1s instead. Sees that first player. Spray is awkward, does damage, no kill. Second base against Burt will get taken to 9 points of health, but now secures the B site. Kit is on Wilkie. He's got a smoke as well. Wilkie moving forward here, trying to catch off one of the common positions. In fact, looking to the right angle that Zotic is placed up at the moment, but will not be able to catch that player aggressing too far forward. He will sneak his way out of the window. Zotic keeping his eyes on short now. What's the play from Wilkie? Will he walk into the trap? He'll sneak around the back instead, and Zotic on 9 points of health comes up good for a triple, and a 4th lead regained by Rebirth.
And look, I tell you what, you can give as much praise to Exotic as possible, but 4-pack was just such a vital element in that round. He had a really difficult kill to find. He pushed through the top con smoke and was able to take down the AWP out from window room to allow the 1 versus 2 to come out from Exotic. Low HP at just 9 points of health. That's a big, big round. A huge clutch to come out. A much needed round for Rebirth.
Important victory to take at this stage. First fire coming out towards that mid position as Rebirth is still forced for a very awkward buyback. The double orb setup can still come through from Imperium meanwhile, but they will lose the first of Carter. I believe that was an M4 on him. Yeah, Wretch is going to pick that back up, so they've lost their only other weapon apart from these 2 AWPs. For Imperium, that's quite a lot of firepower taken out.
Good opening kill. Now, you look at the utility standpoint, Jay, on that CT side, they really don't have much to be able to defend. At least they've got a gamble stack at this A bomb site. And you've got to think that Heretic with that AWP needs to be able to back up Wilkie the best that they can. And Phantom, being the lurkout from mid, is going to regroup with the players at this A bomb site. Ellison's pushed very far aggressive into B. He's probably going to be able to relay a lot of information that he hasn't heard or see anything over at B.
Oh, Bart into the smoke because it starts to fade. He won't give up his life to the player that's out there now. Going to need some backup. Smoke starting to come through. Swings in, does damage, no kill against Zotic. 4-pack will fall to Heretic instead. AWP set to the crossfire, a 4-on-3 scenario. Little damage done to Phantom. Zotic is the most tagged up player, and Rebirth will gain access to the site. Backstab resistance coming in from Ellison could be a bit of a problem. Swing wide, he actually gets that kill on Carson. A rifle can get picked up. A second player's been seen, but the Galil versus the AK, and actually, Ellison wins it out against Zotic. Now 2 standing, Retchi and Phantom. Phantom is sandwiched, gets Heretic, and now Retchi focusing fire on the backlines. The flashbangs trying to catch this player blind, allow a peek to come through. AWP swings up, Phantom shuts him down on for his triple. Retchi steals it, and they'll be able to secure 5 on the T side.
Alrighty, Rebirth. Starting to come into their own now, a couple rounds in a row. And this is where they can start to put a bit of pressure on. Another tactical pause coming out from Imperium. A little bit surprising that they're using a tactical pause in a round where they're not going to be able to have a full buy investment, Jay, but maybe something of some discussions can come through of what they're going to do in the following gun round so they can build up a little bit of time in the tap pause and in the following round too.
And again, early timeouts coming in from Imperium, trying to keep pace with Rebirth. Using their last timeout to equalize the standing. Now going to try and do it again, potentially go even further. The money's not great for Rebirth as well, so if Imperium can shut them down now without a bomb plant, then that's going to mean quite a lot of an opportunity here in this round. But that's assuming they go for the force buy, which they won't be able to do here. CZ on a Heretic, Deagle for Carter. They've got enough loss bonus so they can afford another buyback in the next round. I would say stack a sight, but they're going to opt against that here, splitting in to go to the standard 2-1-2 setup. Smokes down on towards this short control here for the T side. Flashes over. Recchi moves in first. Matt 10 straight out, going to try and farm for some cash. Carter and Ellison just need to evade this SMG. Catch him in the back, instead shoot him there. Carter will actually get that frag cert there, so that's a decent way in for the CT side. But immediately Rebirth reposition and rethink their strategy.
What an unorthodox round coming out from Rebirth. They go for the quick arch smokes and get a player flying out into the B bomb site from Reggie, but then they start to slow it down. They've been able to walk out undetected through mid, so it allows the short players to establish a bit of a two-pronged attack into the B bomb site. Should be able to clean up these kills relatively easily. Now the bomb site's opened up, they could force in the post plant.
Oh, but okay, hold on. That's a good kill on Zotic. A frag found at a 3 versus 3. CZ of Heretic moving up here. Not checking the short angle. Backs a turn. The Phantom does reface and take him down. Turn onto the second player coming out of the market door. But gets shut back, so Wilkie left alone. The 1 versus 3 for him. That USP kill was good, but in the end, it's not good enough. 6 to the board of the Rebirth side. They keep 3 players in. The money can build. They get the round on the board. And Imperium up for the buy. This is where they need to finally find some impact here against Rebirth.
And it's probably one of the first times I've actually seen Rebirth almost have a bit of a lurk play there out from mid. It was certainly a bit of a silent maneuver that they were able to push through short without being seen from any of the A-bomb site players. Imperium getting that AWP dropped over to Heretic over on that CT side. And Rebirth going very quick out from mid. The spam coming out from window room. Ellison's able to do a massive amount of damage. And 4-pack trades out evenly. 2 kills for him. And now they've opened up mid. Rechi's got a kill over A. This has been such a chaotic round. Fights are still coming out through mid to try and bring it back. And now it's into a 2 versus 2. And now it's only down to 1 of Heretic.
They gave themselves up to Carter J though. 2 1v1 phases out of the connector area. Both of them going awry. The Heretic has been bought a chance. Yes, he's in a 1-on-2. He's got an AWP and no kit for this retake, but Retchi on 9 points of health. And Carson can fall to 1 shot of the AWP, assuming he lands it to the body. And that USP is moving closer here onto the back lines, up towards the palace area. There will not be in major contact. Carson in a sandwich. It's going to be the player to worry about. Heretic facing in. Sees him. Flicks. Doesn't connect it though. Rebirth will claim that 7th. Imperium. I mean, it kind of sucks as well because they were given a great opportunity with the mistakes that Rebirth were making and they were punishing it appropriately, but unable to actually get that round together there.
Yeah, and look, over the last couple of days, one thing I've certainly noticed from some of these teams from NAJ is just how chaotic it comes in the trading game. It seems like everyone wants to fight, and that's exactly what we saw in that last round there. Rebirth had a 4-on-2. They could have just gone quickly into the A-bomb site, but instead they're continuing to try and fight, continuing to try and do damage. Imperium's just going to be on an eco, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty quick A hit. Oh!
Good shot from Zoic. Executing Wilkie. 4-pack getting Heretic next, or per battle. Zotic getting out as well, and 4-pack closes out the 2K. All 5 alive for the Rebirth side, and wow, this is looking confident. This is a thing I was expecting to see, or hoping to see from Rebirth. Most importantly here on their map pick, the air of confidence they had to, take that close map against the likes of Furia, and now hit, return it onto Imperium, where they're already the favorites in this series, and now just picking apart what remains of the CT side.
Yeah, you've got to think you've got to be doing something right to get 12 rounds against Furia. They just won Pro League. They're probably a top contender to win IEM New York, you would expect. And it seems like they're really dealing the damage out towards the Imperium side today. The Orb Jewels come out from mid, but it's actually the CT side that wins out on top.
Yeah, 4-pack to full. Heretic getting his revenge. Recchi picks the Orb back up though. Try and utilize it here over in the connector area. Going to try and force the issue back on Heretic, who has repositioned to the A site. Backs up towards the sniper's nest to hold out that mid control. The T's have gained that position on the map though, and they're going to rotate back away from it. Establish their presence, falling back to get the bomb. Have options to work with, but they're making their way into the B apartments here.
Starting to slow it down. And you've got to think, for Rebirth, they've got options. And maybe if they want to try and split up through short, they can have a late lurk from Carson out from Palace. The opportunity of maybe getting a player into window room, something that Rebirth haven't done a massive amount on their T side so far. A lot of map control to come through, and you can see for Heretic, because they don't have anyone in jungle or window room, he's waiting for the wraparound to push in through window into CT.
Ashes out from Ellison, burst through from Carter J, gets Retchy to fall. 5v3. And Imperium getting a two-man advantage at this stage. The T-side players now looking to split in from Palace. The Molotov will come back. Bert's got a smoke down, but Wilkie will still get dealt with by Zotic. And now I say their player back towards the default position. Indeed, they do. Carson in that frag. Heretic dropped Phantom, though. Bomb's going to get picked up and planted. 10 seconds. CT is open for the CT camp, but Zotic will catch Ellison on the rotation. Damage done to both T-side members. And a player seen over at Sandwich shoulder bait shots coming in from the player over at default. Zotic falls. Oh, and Heretic wallbangs Carson through the default boxes, and they get 4 to the board of Imperium for the retake. That was well coordinated from these two.
Yeah, it really was. I'm not sure if there was a little bit of vision, a little bit of a pixel seam, but a nice headshot to come out from the CT AWP. A good retake from Imperium. And for Rebirth, Jay, it seemed like they wanted to make a bit of a movement over to that B bomb side. We saw the AWP trying to make its way in through short. I think it was actually the jump spot member at Van that actually caught a little bit of a glimpse to the short T-sided player to allow the flashbang and Carter J to swing out to find that kill and then force Rebirth into that A bomb site. And going into round 13, another gun round to come through, but quite a few players leaning over towards the apartments position. Oh, nades up.
Carson still drops in, gets Ellison. Carter will be able to find that trade back 4-on-4. He is low HP though, so one swing could be enough for Zotic to get that kill as Retchy doubles up elsewhere in Connector. It cuts off the rotators, leaving it all to Heretic, the only player left in market. Bomb plant to be secured. 1-on-4 for him. He will get one kill on Zotic, but anything left in this one is going to be a bonus. I don't think he can get a retake here.
It certainly doesn't look possible, does it? 1-on-3. You'd have to expect for Rebirth, they're not going to give up too many lives. In the end, it's going to be 4 back with the AWP to secure the deal. No money into round 14, so probably just eco to the 15th to get the rifle round in. Now, the one thing that scares me the most, Jay, isn't the scoreline, but Imperium only getting 4 rounds on CT. We said in the pregame we saw them struggle on the T side against New England Whalers. I thought CT, especially starting on it on a map like Mirage, maybe they can climb to sort of 7, 8, 9 rounds. 4, it's just not enough, knowing that their T side was very poor yesterday.
Damage on a 4-pack early on here for the Imperium. Deco coming through on this CT camp. Got that first kill on Retchy for Heretic, again being the main man standing up for the Imperium side. You highlighted him for a good reason.
They drop
oh my god, Carter! Carter's got so much out of this AWP, picking in against the next player, sees that head, can't take him down. Needs some backup though. They're probably going to be able to overwhelm and take him back. Imperium have gotten so much out of this round already.
I don't know how Carter J just had the information. He pushed so far forward in the apartments and in the end is able to drop that bomb, but they give up unnecessary jewels. It's now the 3-on-3. Carson's been able to push so far forward, but he's got his knife out, Jay. Now the Deagle's going to take him down. What is going on in this round?
I don't have a clue. I can't answer that question for you, Dweg. Wilkie's got an AK to work with now, but now they're Molotoving out that jungle position where he's rotating from. Bomb going to make his way in a second while he comes back. A smoke down to that position. No utility for CT, and a wild trade from Wilkie will come up good, but will drop that bomb for the final time in this round. And Imperium will secure 5. Oh, man, I don't even know what to make of that. That was just... I've got nothing. I've got nothing for you.
Just typical NACS right there. That was one wild round coming out from both sides. But look, Imperium make it work. They get 5 rounds up. And they're running double orbs going into round 15. Rebirth, they'll be kicking themselves. There is really no way that they should be losing a round like that. You've got to think, try and see if they can get to double digits, put a 10th up before going into that second half. Imperium, though, they are not interested in mid at all, Jay. Have a look at where the CTs are. There's 3 on the A bomb site, 2 on B. No one has eyes out on mid outside of Heretic.
We get shut down very quickly as a result of that. Out towards the A site. Taken apart by Recchi on his Palace Peak. Simple kill. On towards the stairs. 5v4 scenario as the CTs back up a little bit. Carson facing in against Carter. And 4-Pack will get Burt to return at least. So again, the T's managed to maintain control in this A site, picking apart their second defender. And the AWP facing in against Carter. Jay sees that shadow. The AK gives up his angle. And 4-Pack reads it as Zotti gets Ellison in the interim. Bomb making his way back out. 1 player left standing in Wilkie. Again to get some exit frags, but this should be a 10th for Rebirth to close out the half. And indeed, Recchi drops him. As we go to a break, Rebirth stand 10-5 up, so don't go anywhere. Second half coming up after the break.
Seeing the stars reminds me of you. You left me with scars, but I know that one day you'll see it through. You give me air to breathe, you give me light to see. When things are out of reach, you bring them back to me. Back to me. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. Talking to myself and I can't focus. Yeah, I'm broken. The door is closing. Wanna be a part of something more than this. I've lost control of it. I've lost control. You give me air to breathe. You give me light to see. When things are out of reach, you bring them back to me. Back to me. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through.
Rebirth still dominate by a decent fashion, but Imperium have a chance going into their second half. Is this where Rebirth take real control of this matchup? Well, we're about to find out as we get set all ready for the pistol round of the second half of this first map up. The odds definitely favor Rebirth, maybe for good reason. Pistols out, Carson drops the first of Heretic. Recchi back behind the danger boxes, ready for contact. Recchi's tagged up pretty heavily, second kill coming in for Carson. They do start getting some trades on the board for the T side, but a 4-on-2 as the Rebirth camp just mop them up. Imperium leaving Wilkie alone. 1v4 scenario. Yeah, it's one frag in the exits, but in the rest of the players, they're ready to take him down.
And look, the difficult thing there from Imperium, Jay, is they weren't really able to get out of that ramp position. If they were able to maybe force the CTs back, then they could have been able to put it in a post-plant scenario, but it really seemed like it was just shut down as the entrance came out from ramp. Big round coming out from Carson in particular. Imperium, no bomb plant means no force buy potential. They're going to pretty much completely block it out. A single P250 on for Wilkie. And did Retchie get knifed or naded? Something happened to him to go down to 39 points of health.
I think that's just enough for the right-click knife.
The right-click knife in the back?
Yeah, because like it drops down to about 40 HP or so. I think there's a couple of different factors that make it that change it up depending, I think, distance. But well, Imperium expecting Rebirth to aggress, but they're not going to do that. They're just going to be sitting on, waiting on nothing at this stage. No one to be seen here for the CT camp. So Imperium eventually will have to rush a site. Probably going to be the B apartments here.
What do you reckon, Jay? How long are they going to hold this through? I'm going to say to 35 seconds. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go 55. Because at that point, you need to actually like, dismantle it and try and figure out where you're going to go. Like, that's where I'm
man, they're staying longer.
Hold on.
Ha! You lose.
Hold on. Oh, damn it.
What do you mean, hold on? You said 55.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I said 45, and I remembered. I was like, hold on. See, if I said 45, it would have actually worked.
If you said
45! Whatever. Imperium going onto their doom. AUG facing, actually, 4-pack gets taken down, so that's something. AUG picked up the mask bursting through. They're doing quite a bit of damage here on this eco. Rebirth, keep 3 players in at least. The last out will receive the 1 pistol, deny that bomb plant, transfer back to the 3rd. And if that was anything but an eco, I would have been impressed. But Retchie, good sequence at least. That'll get Rebirth back to 12.
Mate, I'm impressed. They got 2 kills at a bomb plant with 4 Glocks and a P250. That should never happen. That's actually pretty impressive from Imperium. And the strategy of waiting for aggression out from mid, it didn't work out at all. But what it did do is it wasted so much utility on that CT side that there was really no way to shut down that connector presence. A lovely transfer coming out from Retchie with the fam up. But into the buy round, we're seeing an AWP come out for 4-pack. The rifle should come up from Imperium. I'll tell you what, Jay, there's even an opportunity for an orb drop, considering that they got a bomb plant.
Imperium thinking about it, but they're going to opt against it. Just AKs across their entire board. 12-5. Favor to the CT side still, and Imperium with a pretty crucial investment round as well. The rifles need to come up and come good as well for this camp. AWPs will be on the CT camp on contrast. 4-pack getting that one out for the last round, of course. For last, and for Phantom as well. I thought that, 2 players went down, so I had to reinvest, of course, so that's me being an idiot. But yeah, majority of main rifles in already. Zotic taking that M4 straight up the mid position, taking out Carter and taking out a lot of the setup for the T side. No split potential, they can go for the set piece. And as they walk out of Palace, Wilkie will give his life over to 4-pack. 2 kills untraded. Zotic going to be allowed to set up the backstab as the further utility pulls in. They realize that they're trying to make their way onto the site itself. Flashes in, catching players, one in the takedown for Phantom turns around with a drag, but it gets up to that backstab, and Phantom cleans up the last player. So 3 alive, AKs recovered, 3 of them in fact for the CT side.
And one thing I'm really noticing is, you see how much more passive Imperium were on their CT side in that first half, and considering how aggressive Rebirth are on that CT side, we saw Exotic pushing really far forward, wrapping around through T-spawn, and even from Imperium, contact had been made on the A-bomb side, but they still didn't have the goods to be able to overwhelm the side. There were 3 players on the CT defense around sort of that stairs, jungle, and connector area, establishing a really strong crossfire. 13-5, this is just looking tougher and tougher for Imperium to set up any kind of comeback.
Oh, Retchie, good prediction on Wilkie there towards that smoke position. Of course, just firing in general because that's where the T-side players are going to pop out from. The smoke clears, they'll realize that nobody else is out. Well, nobody's aggressive towards me. They've still got a lot of mid presence from this T-side force. One player in underpass as well is going to be a bit of a worry, but not too much so. They've got the firepower to deal with this. Rebirth have looked confident so far on CT side. Phantom does get Heretic for one good frag. The AWP starts firing for 4-pack, and Retri gets Ellison in the end as 4-pack connects his kill. Zotic with the final headshot over on the A site. Carter J to full. 14-5. 2 rounds to go for Rebirth, the closest one out.
It looks like they should be able to close it out in style, Jay. Get it on a bit of a streak too. This has been... what is it, 4 rounds in a row on the second half, and then you include the last round of the half, makes it 5. Imperium having a couple of low performers, Burt and Ellison in particular, really just haven't been able to step up to find the impact for this T side. 4-pack completely blind. I can't believe he wasn't traded there.
Gets himself right downstairs as well. I don't even think they've got any idea. This Carter's so focused on the apartments. This backstab's coming in. 4-pack's got to turn around. Carter, instead of aggressing, gets Carter to drop. Wilkie there with a frag. Returns to a second as well, out towards the ramp position. The CT's going very aggressive. And with Burt here in the ladder room, he'll hear those 2 players on rotation. So he's going to get a lot of information back for the T side. Rebirth getting way too overzealous for their own right.
The big play coming out from Wilkie, being able to open up the A bomb side. 2 players, very aggressive, started pushing out for a ramp and overextending for no real reason that needed to be done. 3-on-3 at least traded back, but Carson's really the only player on this A bomb side. It's going to be a slow rotation in for 4-pack.
50 seconds, time is ticking. Burt does make some noise, so Phantom knows what's up. M4 ready to take the face, sees that shoulder, and prematurely fires wide. Swing, Phantom can't get the kill as a result. Oh, Rebirth. That is not fun at all. 1 player left in 4-pack for the retake. If he swaps to an M4, give him credit because they are pretty low HP, but doesn't even expect Burt to be there in the mid position. Grabs that AWP, gets 6 for Imperium. A very sloppy round, I think, from Rebirth there.
Yeah, look, I think that they got a little bit too comfortable. Again, I just sort of say that that was an unnecessary call to aggress that far forward into the A ramp after getting some pretty good control, especially out towards underpass and over at that B bomb site with 2 players getting aggressive. A lot of the time you might see one area of the map being pushed forward, but never sort of 2. Imperium get a little bit of a chance back in, but Retchi wants to go for another underpass play, but he's going to have to deal with a couple of players.
Ellison, frag out against Retchi, will take him down. Start again from the Imperium side, but Phantom's ready for the rest of the mid control, takes out Carter J. Swinging out from the mid position, doesn't get much further down the ramp. 4-pack there in the connector area, gets Ellison above the smoke. Just seeing where he is, just shooting on target. 2-for-1 favor to the Rebirth side. Much more like the confidence we expected to see out of this team basically for the entire half. It may be enough to push them past the half and into the win.
Slowing it right down, Imperium. They've got options. That bomb's been seen though from Carson. He pushed so far forward. Heretic has no idea that he's behind him. And Imperium have no one on the bomb, Jay.
Oh, 4-pack. Getting a 3K and a 15th for Rebirth. That probably is going to seal the deal, Imperium. I mean, that round was over the moment that that Carson had got out to the top mid position. Like that was over from there. 15-6. It's just. What do you say at this point from Imperium, man? Like, I mean, they still have a chance because they've got rifles back, but again, it's that thing of 9 match points for Rebirth. You know, that's how many rounds Imperium need to basically get flawlessly. And hey, Wilkie's going to start things off with a simple 2K. So again, the CT's overly aggressive. They get punished by this T side.
Well, Carson's been able to sneak again, and Ellison goes, hang on a minute, no, he can't have got past because I've got eyes out through the underpass. Finally, Carson and Phantom are going to work together, and now, after a 5-on-3 advantage, it's going back in favor of the CTs, and 4-pack sees it's an A play.
If Imperium lose this after Wilkie's massive opening frags, I'm going to be real disappointed. AWP for Heretic does catch Carson off guard, reface Phantom, drops him back to a 2-on-2. Phantom is low. T-side players trying to peek aggressive. Flashes may allow the M4 to take his face up. And 4-pack hunting for the AWP, picks in, looking back to the backlines. Incendiary from Dark, spray through. Wilkie taking a bit of damage, but still staying alive for the moment. But waiting and baiting. Phantom gets Wilkie next. Round this corner, burst through on the kill. And the AWP gets the frag because he's got time for the defuse. Can't get on the bomb in time. He's going to be close. 4-pack's got it. 16-6.